Today we're here talking with Phillip Funk. Phillip, how old are you?
98.
98. What I want to do is I want to jog your memory a little bit. Go back to in the 40s. Talk about your service that you had. First I want to ask you, were you enlisted or did you get drafted?
I was drafted. Well, I went in 1945 and come out in
How long did you stay in? 2 years?
I went in 42, about 45. I swear I got mixed up there on it.
That's understandable.
Okay. Yeah.
So where were you living when you went in? Were you here in Front Royal?
I was living over towards Mine Bank, over in that section.
You weren't married then, were you? You weren't married then, were you?
No, yeah.
Oh, you were married when you went in?
Yeah, I got married in 42.
Oh.
And I wasn't married very long as the birds called me. Yeah, they called me. And I went in. I went to Camp Lee, out of Richmond. And well, one of the good tricks that they pull, you have to wear your full field uniform. That's the overcoat too. Well, I got up at 5 o'clock every morning, and these guys, some of them wouldn't even get out of bed till they run them out. And so they called a roll every morning. So one morning they said they was going to have uniform inspection. So they had a uniform inspection. They caught, God, I don't know how many of them, not just the overcoat on. And we had one boy that wouldn't get up. And sergeants come, I'll get him out. One of the guys said, I'm going to tell you something. When you go in that door, you better watch out, or you're going to be sorry of it. He got in the door, but he come back out the door. He knocked him clean back out the door. So, they had to get the MPs to get him. They taken him and locked him up. So we wasn't there long. They sent us out of there to Camp Wheeler, Georgia. And we went in there and stayed, 2 or 3 weeks until they got enough of men in to start training us. So they started out training us. And we had one boy, they called him I can't pronounce his darn name. Anyway, he was clubfooted, couldn't march. And them guys, be marching with along, one of them run up the tree, get him in step, and when they done that, he'd fall down. And he always marched right either in front of me or right beside of me, it seemed like. So one Saturday, he come and talked to me about his problem and told him he'd like to go back home. He said his mother was home, she was in bad shape and by herself. And I said, I don't understand why they're taking you in to start with. He said, of course, there's no men around there from the draft. So I said, well, I'll talk to the first sergeant in the morning. If he comes out, where I can get to him. So on the next morning, he was standing down there and past the sidewalk, so I goes down and talked to him about the boy and told him, oh, we can't have that. And they transferred him over in the supply room. So I don't know where he ever got any further or not. But it seemed like all during the service, I was somebody that was with me that shouldn't be there. Had another Smith from Arizona. He owned a ranch down there. He tells me, they put him as my buddy. He tells me that the boy is selling his stock off and everything that they put to run the ranch while he was in the service. So he told me the same thing. They didn't have no men there. So they got us up to go on a little patrol. We started out and a little piece of woods, thicket, and there's a water tank there and a little shanty. Well, the first thing happened, here come this hand grenade and fell almost at my feet. And I pushed him down behind a tree and I fell down behind with him. And the old hand grenade didn't go off, it was a dud. And I got him up, about that time I throwed another one, but it didn't go off. So that's when he said, I'm going to cause somebody to get hurt, because they can't hear or see half. So anyway, we went on, and this Jap, we seen him when he went out the back way running, and sergeant was with us, said let him go. He ain't going for her, because his outfit's set up back there. And it wasn't about that time the gun cracked. He said, I told you he wouldn't go for her. They got him.
Where were you at? That's when you were in the Philippines?
Yeah. We was on Lady Island. So anyway, we're around to the shanty door, and one of the guys looked in, and this guy raised his head up above a bunch of bags of 50-pound bags of rice, and looked and dropped back down. They hollered for him to come up from there. He wouldn't do it. So they blazed away and killed him. So we goes back to camp. And we were standing outside our tent, pup tents, and I had my rifle. I cleaned it, and I seen this dust fly up at my feet, and about that time I turned, and a bullet went through my tent, and I always call him Pop, was standing there cleaning. Yeah, I gave him a push. He went down in there, down in the hole, and I went and jumped down in there with him. And he got mad. And I pointed at that hole in the tent, and he seen it. And man, then he changed his mind. He didn't say no more. So I went to the captain the next day and told him what was going on. He said, you get 2 other guys signing paper saying the same thing. So I did. Didn't take wasn't no problem. Give them to him, and they transferred him then. And one of them big islands, I don't know which one, and they was going to put him through that braille and all that stuff. So I don't know. I guess he made it home. I don't know where he did or not.
Have you kept in
So-
touch with anyone from your unit over the years?
Huh?
Have you kept in touch with anyone from your unit over the years?
I wrote to him a couple times and I couldn't get no word. So we that was on Lady Island. We landed on made an invasion on Luzon. My gun and jeep was down in the bottom of the ship, and the hoist broke. And I was supposed to hit land at 6 o'clock. And the hoist broke, and I didn't get off till 11. And by the time we got off, we didn't go a little piece on the beach. We hung up. So they unloaded the little bullnozer and and finally pulled us off. And I got pulled up in the road. Well, there's a town this way, and a little town this way. Don't you go in that town. There are 18 Japs in that one, 1,800 Japs. There are 1,000 in this, and don't you go in either one of them. Okay. Well, the outfit was going. We didn't know where they went. We went right through that town and turned around and come back. Didn't see a Jap one. Went through that and didn't see no Japs. Come back. When we come back, I run into a guy from Strasburg, Gay Poland. And he's on riding a half track. So I asked him where my outfit went. He said it went right through the rice paddies. Okay. We went through the rice paddies. And we went about a mile, I reckon, and began to see smoke. Well, what we were supposed to do was go capture a little airfield. And we kept going, pulled right up on the airfield. There's that one airplane, big old airplane, it was on fire, burning. And the hangar was on fire, burning. Well, what they done, they set everything on fire and left. And we turned around, started back, and met the guys coming. I got my butt tore up. Because we was the person on that airstrip, and the colonel was supposed to be the one to get his picture taken.
Yeah, they want the photo ops, don't they?
So anyway, we went back, and they told me, said, take your crew and go on over and get on the road. Head for the Zigzag Pass. Well, that road technically is right there. So went over and got on the road, and I guess we didn't go much further than the end of this hospital. So they began to shoot at us in the back, and then in front. We was pinned in the middle. So we whirled in a little open field there, and I jumped out and fell down on the ground, and there's a corporal and 2 sergeants. I don't know where they come from, was up ahead of me. And every time the Japs would fire one of them old knee bombs, knee mortars, I'd jump up and run after where it fell out and fall right there. Because the next one is going to fall where I was at. And when that one fell, I jumped up to run. And the other one, when I fell, it dropped just full about part of here, that door from it, and just covered me up with dirt. And I heard one of these boys say, ain't no use to worry about him. That Bum got him. He didn't get me. I was going across the field heading for a piece of woods. We all wound up in that woods. So they had us try to dig slip fence. You couldn't dig no. The only thing was making a noise. And 11 o'clock, we marched out in an open field. And 12 o'clock, they liked to blow that place away. And there wasn't nobody in it. So when daylight come, I'd say about 10 o'clock, this little airplane come across, and dropped a bomb, a little parachute about that big, down to us, had our orders on us, telling us what to do. So anyway, we were supposed to go across the mountain. And across this mountain, on the other side, and
Mr. Funk, excuse me, sir. Am I in the right place?
who you come on?
I'm Chris and Jamie's, talked
Who?
to you last, Chris James and Jamie James? Did I interrupt something?
I don't know.
We're
You,
interviewing someone for the
I don't. You,
That's okay, go ahead.
Hey, come on. Come on back here.
He told me to shut up, sir. How you doing?
All right.
I'll give you a hug.
Okay.
Okay?
How's Jamie doing?
Well, his arm is, like an old soldier, he's got to keep working it.
I gotta keep talking.
I didn't know you were doing that.
That's okay,
I
we're doing a Memorial Day interview with,
Well, I would,
Shut
yeah.
are you
down.
a War II veteran or a Korean veteran?
Yeah, I was working with the State Department. I talked to him. I met him last year.
Yeah?
We're all Marine and Navy.
Yeah. Now you got me lost. But anyway,
Boy, I should have shut up.
uh,
You told me to shut up.
He's got one of the brightest minds that I know.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know.
yeah. Oh,
I've been around
he's
around
trying
a
to
long
get going.
line
Yeah.
of veterans, but I've never heard anybody who could remember all of that.
Well, he talked to me just like it was yesterday, the
So,
Yeah.
Burma campaign.
Well. So anyway, we started out for the mountain. And we sent a crew, one group of boys ahead to mark the trail, put arrows on tree limbs. Well, we found this arrow. We headed, went up this mountain all day, traveled up the cotton picking mountain. You got up there and you couldn't get down the other side. It was just straight down. Nothing but a pile of rock.
yeah, he's gonna be worse today.
Have to turn around and come back.
Right down.
They're coming down, the doctor walked beside me. He said, I bet you feel like using that gun, don't you? I said, I don't think I'm the only one. Well, we got back down where we started. We found the right arrow. So we made it across the mountain. And we didn't have nothing to eat or drink. And we got on that mountain. It was water everywhere. You get plenty of water to drink. And I had a bunch of that old flavored stuff, but I doctored the water up a little bit, drink it. And you go maybe 100 or 150 feet, you meet what you call a mountain man. He'd have a bow and arrow or an old rifle. He would take you across his land to the next man. You meet him. You didn't want to try to go ahead because somebody's going to get hurt. They'd shoot you. So anyway, we made it to the other side. Got down there and they give us a box of what they call 10-1 rations. And we all got ready to eat. We each one dumped their stuff in a can, and built a fire and heated it. Kept stirring it up, made a soup out of it. About the time we got it done to eat, here they come. Come on, we're going. And the sergeant raised up, yeah, we're going after we eat. I said, don't come back until we do. And they left us, they didn't bother. We eat, got up and started to leave. And we didn't go 50 feet. The boy that's put to leave us, they shot him. So they set up a mortar. They seen where the bullet come from. And they dropped a mortar on him, dropped a mortar shell, got rid of him pretty quick. We didn't go but a few feet more till we hit a bunch that was in a cave. And they stopped us, that was the end. So it was 15 days, 15 nights there at that place trying to get open and couldn't. So they put me and 4 others carrying the wounded back to a portable hospital.
Did you get hurt?
No. It was back to this portable hospital, and it was 6 miles one way. Well, we have to carry them on stretchers. You get the stretcher up on your shoulder and carry them. And there's one extra man, he walked along. Anybody, the one's getting tired, he'd step up and take his place. Until somebody else got, the guy that he relieved would have to take back over again. Till we got him back. Then on our way back, we stopped at what they call F Company and pick up ammunition and food for the front line and take that up. Yeah. There were 3 majors sitting talking behind a rock when we walked up with this stuff. And one major said, I'm going to tell you something. There's a bunch of boys that's go get the Bronze Star. Yeah. I laughed. I know how much star I'm going to get. I got too many points. So anyway, we turned around, come back, and stopped at F Company. And we was going to stay on the rest of the night, and they called us right back. I have to take a couple of bazookas up. Just had 1 tank that they captured off of MacArthur. And every night he'd come in and kill a bunch of men and turn around and go. So they wanted these bazookas. Well, I was a bazooka man too. And I thought, well, I guess I'll be up here tonight. But I was wrong. They'd taken the bazooka and sent me on back. So that night, when the tank come, he didn't get to shoot nobody. They got him. That was the end of him. But anyway, the night that I'd taken the bazooka up there, he'd been there the night before, and I walked up and there's a stream of water running through, and there's 3 or 4 guys laying in that stream, and one of them was the lieutenant that I knew well. I liked him, and he was laying there too. And I said, well, I'm glad I brought that bazooka up. And got rid of him. So we carried until we got, I wore my socks clean out, the shoes was wore out.
How long did you stay in the Philippines? The whole time you were in?
Huh?
Did you spend the whole 3 years in the Philippines?
No. No, I didn't spend. I spent 14 months overseas. That's is what I spent. I don't know. We just keep it going. You know, when I was in the States,
There's a lot more.
we left Wheeler, went to Mississippi, and Camp Shelby down there. Camp was 2 miles wide and 7 miles long, nothing but tents. If you didn't know your name or your street and your number, you had a problem. Cause one looked like the other one. So there, we had some problems there.
There's a lot more.
But that, I was doing the same thing there, gun training. And of course I was taking training myself on a 37 millimeter. Then when we went to go overseas, they switched the gun on me and gave me a big one, a 57. But the way it got over, nothing but mountains. I couldn't do nothing with that gun. I had to park it after we got through Zigzag Pass. And when we went through Zigzag Pass, it was from Subic Bay to the China Sea. When we got on the bank of China Sea, you could look right down the corridor where MacArthur left to go to Australia. And the Japs had concreted their guns in the ground. Only they had them pointed right out over the water. They couldn't turn them or nothing. And that's where they made a mistake. He said, "I shall return." They thought he was going to come in that way, but he didn't. He come on a different way. Anyway, that night, said he was going to give us a hot meal. Well, we got in line, get this hot meal, and there's about 3 guys in front of me. I heard the cook. "You, yeah, where's your hat and gun, like you're supposed to have?" "Oh, goddamn Jap." So they got him out of there, and they went through the line. They got 3 more. Got all 4 of them out. And of course, they gave them just as good a meal as we got. They fed them real good. Then they offered them a cigarette, and they wouldn't take it. They wanted a Camel or Chesterfield. They wanted high-priced cigarettes. They didn't want the old cheap things. They wouldn't take them. So we come out of there and left there. After we got that pass opened up, so they had captured the water plant. So they sent us up to take the water plant back. So we goes up there, well, no Japs nowhere. So we started digging, some of them. And anyway, me and my buddy got a helmet full of water. We was gonna shave, wash a little bit. And about that time, boy, they opened up on us with those old lean mortars. He grabbed that helmet, whoo, dumped all the water on him.
Lost in the water.
And We got set up, dropped 2 mortar shells, and that ended that. They left. All of them sure left. Went on up in the mountain. This water plant sat right at the mountain. You could go this side, but you couldn't go around to get on the other side. You have to wade across. So they sent me and 2 guys down to dig a CP for the captain. A big circle, and they put the radio and the captain and all the head guys in there, and us guys that sleep in foxholes. So me and the sergeant was digging a slit trench, and I kept hearing this noise. And I asked him, I said, Sarge, you heard that noise? It sounds like monkeys. We stopped, and he looked, well, that's Japs. So of course we all hit the ground. And this great big tree had fell next to this cliff. How high the cliff had caves on it. So he crawled up where he could see around the stump, and he's sitting up there on this top level in front of a cave, sifting ripes to eat. He hollered, he whispered, throw me a hand grenade. So I slipped him once and tossed it over to him. He throwed that thing up. Of course, they dropped everything and started to run, and they started shooting at him. And they stopped, got him back down. There was 5 of them all together there. But when they got him down there, it was 4. One of them had a piece of shrapnel right in the middle of his stomach. And he, of course, he's laying on the ground. And they brought him down. And we asked him if there's any more. Yeah, 1. So the sergeant got a looking, and finally seen him. He was behind at this tree and laying down on the ground trying to see under it, and his butt was sticking out that far. So he just taken a rifle, shot him across the butt. He come straight up. He come out of there. He come down. I asked him, is there any more? Yeah. How many? 5. Yeah. Sergeant looked at me and said, well, take him and go get him. I said, you mean that? You take him and go get him. We got these others to handle while you're gone. And we'll take care of them and take care of the wounded. So we take this guy that was hiding was a lieutenant. I stuck that gun right up his butt. I said, you make one funny move, buddy, it's gonna be your last one. I tell you that right now. Well, that's when I never got scared or nothing. Till I had to go by myself with him. Kind of shook me up. So anyway, we lit out and didn't go maybe 300 yards or something like that. And there's great big rocks. This was a creek bottom we was in. There's great big rocks laying in it. And he stopped and let out a yell. They all raised up with their hands up. I motioned them up. They come up, got them in the path, taking them right on back. Didn't have a bit of trouble. We were getting them back. Take them down the stockade. And they told us down there, you know, everyone you bring in here is that much less you go get to eat. Well, we wasn't getting nothing anyway. So, yeah, I got one little more thing to tell about that, and about that being there. F Company called for a flamethrower. It's up in the mountains, And these Japs was slipping in and cutting their throat every night to get somebody to cut their throat. And they wanted this flamethrower. They was going to burn them. So I was elected to take the flamethrower. So I strapped the thing on, lit up, and I got up, sat down on the bank, taking my clothes all off, and wrapped them up in my poncho, and waded across the creek. The water just come up to about here on it. And I waded across the creek, and take the flamethrower on up, and give it to them, turn around, come back, and sit down, take my clothes off, wade across. Sat down when I got across, started putting them on, and there's 37 millimeters started shooting. The bullet was going over top of it, and hitting at a cave right close to me there. And I had one sock on, I remember that. I done put my shorts on, an undershirt. And when the next one went off, I was halfway down the path. Had my clothes were running, boy. I was running hard as I could run. And when I went in down there, they said, "Sound like a horse coming." I said, "If you'd have been in my place, it'd have been sounding like a horse too." So anyway, I put my clothes on there. And this cave was right there close. We walked by that thing every day, sometimes 3 or 4 times a day. Somebody said, "Did anybody ever check that to see if there's anybody in it?" And nobody knew about it. This boy said, "I got the," he had a white phosphorus grenade.
Oh boy.
And he said, "I'll just toss that in." He tossed that in there. Here come 4 women and 6 Japs out. Yeah, they'd been staying in there, in that darn place. I don't know, so many things happened. I don't know, it seemed like I got tangled up in about every darn thing that was going on. We went to a little old town called D River. And they said the Japs was getting ready to make a little landing there. So we set our gun up. We had a gun at that time, and we set that gun up on right top of a little hill on the beach side. And I seen this guy talking to the captain, and I didn't think nothing about it. Well, when he left, the captain come up and told me, said, "Well, I guess you two know you got elected." Elected for what? You gotta go tomorrow for dinner with the mayor for dinner. Eat dinner with him. He says he's the mayor of this little town, but he don't live in it. He lives out of it. I don't want to go. You going where you want to or not. So anyway, the next morning, it was on Sunday, the next morning we was waiting for him. Here he comes. We seen him coming, we was paddling up this big log. Darn log must have been that wide. And I got it, I don't know how long it was. Coming, scooting along with that thing. Lander said, "Come on." We got in, went in and sat down on that darn log. He turned around and we went clean out of sight of land. And I was getting kind of shaky. Well, finally happened to see some trees, pulled up a little bit of an island. And that's where he was hiding. Of course, if the Japs would have got him, they killed him right now. So This boy says, God, I wonder what we're going to have to eat. I said, I don't know. Went in to eat and had rice any way you wanted it. That was I like a lot of rice cooked with vanilla. That's the only way. And they had that for bread, big chunk of it, you could break it off, and that'd be for each bread. That's your bread. And had it all of things like that. And they had their stove was Paul rock, and it was hollowed out, and they had a piece of metal across here. They built a fire there and cooked on that piece of metal. That's where they cooked their meals, out there where it was at. Now I was glad, boy, when he got done and decided we'd go back. I wanted to get out of there, I tell you. Yeah.
Rice one.
We went back, and the Japs didn't show up. They didn't nobody show up.
Well, Philip, I know I heard stories in the past about your Purple Heart that you didn't get. So tell me that story.
Well, that Purple Heart, we was stacking 30 caliber ammunition cases, and I set one up just about that high, and I got whoa, right down on that thumb. Oh, God, you talking? I mean, it was flat. A master flat. And anyway, I went up to the infirmary. They had the old place set up. I went up there, and they put a little something on it and wrapped it up. You know, well, we're gonna put you down for the Purple Heart. I said, you put me down for the Purple Heart? Yeah. I said, what for? Well, you got a thumb mashed. I said, you mean to tell me that I didn't get a Purple Heart for that? These guys loses their arms, their heads, legs, and that's all they get? No, don't you put me down for no Purple Heart. So they didn't.
How about that?
They didn't put it down. That's the reason I didn't get it. Because I wouldn't have taken it.
Told them no.
Well, I know you got wounded a few times.
Yeah, well, just a little bit is all. Didn't amount to much. Didn't pay much attention to it. Shucks, that ain't nothing. I helped unload a whole shipload of mustard bombs. And man, them things was leaking mustard all over them and everything. You have to be awful careful not getting on it. If you got any on you, the only way you do anything with it is if you didn't have no water, you peed. Make a little mud, put on it. That would stop it from eating. It'd eat right through you. And the same way with them old white phosphorus grenades, they do the same thing.
Melt steel, yeah.
They eat through you. So,
Well, do you recall your last day there when you were in the...
well, we taken, when we was taking the wounded back, we taken 2 guys back that was wounded. Both of them had bullet holes right in their stomach. And my captain and 6 or 7 other boys was with him. We was all going together. And we was going up this mountain road. And met this doctor coming. And the doctor had us to set them down. He said, I want to give them some, what you call it, they give them all the time.
Morphine.
Anyway, first thing he does is hand me the bottle. You hold this bottle. And I was standing there holding the bottle. He done had him hooked up. And at that time, these Japs got shooting artillery over top of us. And the captain, these boys broke out of running, went down over the bank, and hid behind the bank. And the doctor fell down on this boy. He tried to get up. Of course, he heard them bullets too. You could hear them, boy, just phew. Well, I'd heard them before. It didn't worry me a bit because I knew it was too high. And I stood there and held that bottle. Well, when it quit firing, the doctor got up off the boy, told me, he said, man, I'm glad you didn't drop that bottle. And the captain and them other guys come up, and you talk about a doctor getting on a captain. God almighty, I didn't think he would have the nerve to do it, but he tore him up. He called him the biggest damn coward ever was.
Wow.
So, anyway, when he jumped down over the bank, his gun butt hit his lip and split it. He got the Purple Heart.
He took it.
Yeah. That's the way things goes. I don't know. So anyway, I had another little story. They had me and another guy with a load of M81 mortar shells and a little old dump cart. And the Filipino that owned it, he was riding this caribou, they call it, this cow, pulling this cart. I was in the rear, and the boy in the front, going along with it. And he run over a landmine. And that thing went off and blew this caribou's tail off. The whole tail just blew it right.
That's something.
And the Filipinos riding, of course, he throwed him off. And a cow turned around and went back down the road as hard as it could go. He got up and got this tail. Hey, Joe, that's all that's left of my caribou. Blowed it off. I said, no, it went down the road. And this boy that was in front blowed him down over the bank. Well, we finally got him up out of there. It didn't wound him in any way that you could see, but his helmet, you could smash it, just all the hardness went out of it. So, just luck was, a doctor come along, and he checked him, and he couldn't find nothing wrong with him. He told me, he said, now you watch him. If he complains about a headache, you send him right straight to the infirmary. So about a week later, I sent him to the infirmary. He complained with a headache. I don't know how, who got that ammunition to rush the way up. We didn't.
Wow.
We didn't have no way to do it. We didn't do that. I don't know. It seemed like it was always a little something like that. I always was winding up in it.
Yep.
Well, how did you feel when the war was over?
Oh man, I was glad. Well, the last day, and they decided they was playing a game of ball, softball. And I went down to watch the ball game. And I was watching, and somebody pecked me on the back, and I turned around, and a the guy, we called him Cigar Joe. It was one that was shot in the stomach that we carried back. And I said, they told me you passed away. No, he said that was the other boy that passed away. He said, I've come around trying to find all you guys that carried me back to thank you. I said, well, just forget it, that was our job. It's something we had to do. So we had taken him back, and we was getting ready to make a landing on Japan when the war ended. Boy, we was glad of that. Of course, we'd already been told that the first 7 waves that went in would never make it. And I was in the 7th wave. And so it was over with.
It was over then.
There was a whole lot of, I can't think of a whole lot more stuff, but I couldn't think of it.
How did you come home?
Huh?
How did you get home?
Well, they put us on an old Pan-American ship when we started. Wasn't long, we lost the motor. It had 2. And the captain said, well, we're going to try to make one. So, wasn't long, we run into a typhoon. And that ship was going every way you could think of. He says, I'm going to try to get out of it. He did. He got out of it after 2 days. He got out of it. And run right back into it again. And this time he said, we're going to try to ride it out. He said, keep your life jackets on all the time.
How many?
They had bunks. Say maybe about that far apart, about 6 high. You was always up here and back, up, down. You couldn't get no rest in that thing. I don't know. Did I tell you about volcano going off?
No.
Well, that's when we was going over on an American. A Monterey was the most modern ship the United States owned, passenger ship. We was on that. We left Hawaii, headed for New Guinea. And we was just floating along, just as nice. All of a sudden, it got dark out on Sunday, about 12 o'clock, got this dark. So you couldn't go outside without covering your face up. And they say that the dust, that lava dust got in the compass and throwed us about 6 miles off course. We slid into a coral reef and the ship went in and just turned like that. And that's the way it was setting when we stopped. But it throwed me up against the wall. We were sitting on the floor playing rummy when it done happened. So the captain hollered, put your life jackets on. Before he even got his mouth out of his mouth, I didn't have mine on. I had to go out the hall, go up the hall to my room and put that on. So he said, I'm going to send one SOS. He sent that, and we was surrounded the next morning 4 freighter ships. So this colonel, he flew out and flew around over us, then went back and come out in the boat. And came on raising cane to get us off and there right away. So we did, we got off. and well, well, to start off with, we had to go down the sides of this old ship on Jacob ladders. And then it was a hole where I was at, and opened up where they loading and unloading supplies. So I got to go out that. You would walk up here and stand there, and the boat was down here. It would go out. Then when it come back, you jumped in that. And which I didn't have no trouble. I jumped in it. And we all of us, every one of us unloaded, didn't get it. Nobody got a scratch. It was 1,000 of us on board the ship.
That's what
And they taking us over and climbed these Jacob ladders and stuff and went back up on them old freighter ships. But I was lucky with some of the others. We went up a pair of steps and went on board. And we seemed to me like I told about it. Didn't get nothing to eat.
No,
Well,
it
anyway,
seems
we
like
didn't
that's one of your,
anything for
your
2
stories
days.
there. Philip, they didn't feed you at all. It seems like they never fed you.
Anyway, they didn't give us nothing to eat. So they told us when we get off, they go give us something. So they take and unload us on little boats, and we went over and climbed back up got up on top of the bank. They give us a little hard donut about that big, and a little tiny glass, paper cup of lemonade. That's what we had to eat.
That's all.
And then they loaded us on trucks and taken us about 8 or 10 miles to where they set this camp up for us. We went in there, they issued us something to eat. And we got a big old tin can and opened this stuff up and dumped her in and stirred it up good. Made soup, had beans and taters and a can of tomatoes. It was what you call 10 to 1 rice. The cans is about that big, about that tall. They're very good sized cans of stuff. And we made this soup. But anyway, when the fire captain come out, you ain't supposed to be building a fire. We told him to go back in and shut his mouth. He did. Of course, them guys was shot him. They talk rough to us here in the States, buddy, but when they got over there, they quieted it down. So anyway, when we got the stuff cooked, he come out, his bowl. He got a bowl of it too. Yeah, and that's the way we eat that. We was, when we was in New Guinea, we served with a part of a company of Australian soldiers. They always kid us about it. All you guys think about is eggs and steak. Eggs and steak. They talk funny. Yeah. Oh, there's a piece of road there. I would say it might have been about 1/4 of a mile long. And there's 4,000 killed in that little piece of road. There's Japanese, Americans, and Australians. I don't know, I walked that road a couple of times with a couple others. There's eating. The only way that you could tell one from the other, soldier from the other, was by their shoes. The Japanese had a rubber shoe that their 4 toes was here, and their big toe was separate. Went out in a separate. And the Australian shoes had a big metal heel plate on them. And the American shoe was just a regular boot. And that's the only way you could tell them apart. And the way it sounds, the 4,000 must have been left there.
Wow.
Let 'em- and I guess they must have cleaned them up afterwards. And left, of course, they left old shoes, they didn't borrow them. Yeah. But when we left New Guinea to go to the Philippines, and we had a convoy, I don't know how many ships it was, but we left, and a couple destroyers with us. And it wasn't long, we was out a couple days, I reckon, going, and one of the guys spoke, said, our Air Force was supposed to meet us. Somebody said, well, here they come now. I looked up, I said, buddy, they're not ours. What do you mean? I said, you see that star under there? That's Japanese.
Oh boy.
There's 6 of them, 6 fighters. And I was on deck, I just got my dinner. I was standing there holding it. And I just turned around and leaned up against the deck and started eating. Here's this plane come down. The bullets were right by my feet. As he went across. When he went across that end, bullet got him. Of course, he went on and hit the water. Here comes another one down on the other side. The bullet hit him. He turned sharp. Went straight over the ship on the other side, went underneath the gun turret, blowed that up. He killed 40 soldiers and wounded 80 some. Well, we landed on Lady Island. We got off. Did the man won't have a bullet? No, we had guns, but we didn't have no bullets. And it was getting late in the evening, and we went in this piece of woods, stayed there. Then that night, here come this mess of Japanese paratroops. I don't know how many it was. It was a bunch of them.
Patrol.
Looked up and see them things coming down. The captain says, use rocks, guns, anything you can get your hands on. Okay. They missed us by 8 miles, but it looked like it was coming right down on us. They just dropped up where MacArthur was at.
Must be about 8 miles.
That's where they was trying to get him, but they didn't get him. But they're taking 3 airfields away from us. So the next morning, they called my crew, the crew I was in, there was about 20 of us, called us out, give us ammunition, put us on one of them old water ducks, one that run on land or water. Put us on one of us, taking us 8 miles up the ocean, unloaded us, made us throw our gas masks away. Nobody wanted to throw them away because they had everything in them, had our cigarettes and everything. But we had to throw everything away. We threw them away, and we had to go in and take these 3 airfields back. So we goes in. The first was a Cub airfield. It had 65 Cubs on it, that was just chopped up and broke up all to pieces, all of them. And there's no Japs there. And this colored guy come walking out, and he was a cook. So I asked him, well, what you think when them Japs started coming in? He said, I was ready for rotation. But I said, I hid in the kitchen, and they didn't find me. And that's the reason he was still there. He was the only one who was there.
That's something.
So we was there that night. Went up to the next one. Wasn't nobody there. No Japs or no nothing. So, but the head of my story, this first one, we stayed all night. We dug around it, foxholes where you get down in, and we got down in there. And about the middle of the night, it started pouring rain down, and there was a gas tank laid about 20 feet out from me. Every time I looked at it, it moved, and every time it moved, I shot it. So, they were all clean around the darn hole. It was somebody shooting or throwing a hand grenade. So the next morning, they told us it was 4,000 shots went off last night, and there wasn't a damn Jap one killed.
Oh, really? 4,000 shots?
Yeah. So anyway, while I was talking, and the boys setting up this machine gun, of course, we figured we're going to have to stay, you know. And here come this Jap. You can see him coming down this path. He stopped and climbed this tree. Went up there, tied himself in, got all set, got his rifle set, and they rushed down, bang. Twice, 2 bullets went out of that machine gun. There he
Came down.
He come down and hung there, where he tied himself in. And I told Eugene, I said, boy, he had a 9mm pistol I'd like to have been able to got, but I couldn't reach it. Yeah,
But it was hanging.
couldn't get it. No.
How old were you during all this, Philip? How old were you?
Well, I was 22. I was 21 when the first one in, and I had my birthday in April. I went in February. And in April I was 22.
Let's talk about when you got home.
Huh.
Tell me how was it when you came home?
Oh man, I was in misery. You have some of the damnedest nightmares you ever had. I didn't tell you the worst of it. And, I will tell you one thing. I talked to MacArthur 4 times. Himself. The one time I never will forget. He come up through all this old brush and stuff and run right up walked right up where I was at. And I said, sir, you can't go up on the front lines. Who said I couldn't go up on the front lines? I didn't even answer him. Yeah. So he did. He went on up on the front lines. He had that old funny hat. Now I'm going to ask you a question. You've seen these hats with the yellow on them. What do you think that yellow is? What it represents? You'd be surprised. Scrambled eggs.
Oh, scrambled eggs. I've heard that, yeah.
Yeah, old scrambled eggs. Anyway, that's, but they moved us out of there and went to take over a place where these guys had been guarding the foot of this mountain. We went to take that over, and you had to climb a steep cliff to get up there. So we went up this cliff, and when we got up there, these guys had done come out, and they brought the wounded with them. And they had, oh God, it must have been 500 feet right straight for the sea, dead people and stretchers. And the old captain said, I brought all my dead out with me. But boy, when one look was all I wanted to that. Because they was partly today, you know, going, and it was a mess.
Not everybody made it home, Philip. You were
He
really...
come in, MacArthur come in and told us that we're going to quit going in the mountains after these guys. Of course, they said, all it's doing is getting our men killed. We go sit at the foot, they go come out when they get hungry.
Yeah.
They sit at the foot and wait for them, and that's what we started doing. Sitting at the foot and waiting for them to come out. And when one come out, most of the time they'd stick their hands up and somebody would bang. That'd be the end of it.
How about that?
Wasn't getting nothing to eat. God, you had to do something. Eugene, I think Eugene asked me one time if I ever shot one. I said, no, I never shot one. I went through the whole arm and never even fired a bullet. Yeah, anyway. we was dug in and was just sitting around arrested. We wasn't on duty right at that time. So I had this this carbine rifle. We had a guy, I called him Titty Baby, second lieutenant, take my pistol away from me. He cried the blues until he got that gun. Ain't no kidding. He said he don't need it. He ain't got his gun. He ain't got his big gun. So the dummy, I don't know. He was dumb is all I could say. Cause I couldn't hit that. I couldn't hit that wall with that pistol. I couldn't hit nothing with it. 45. No, I traded. But anyway, I was in the foxhole cleaning my rifle, and I got it all done. I snapped her shut. Bang! I jumped about a mile. Now I put a bullet right back in it. And the captain stuck his head out. He had a big tent. Stuck his head. What happened? I said, oh, I was cleaning my rifle, and I loaded her, and it went off. Okay. He went and sat down. Now, that's what I said. Always something happened to me. Back in High Warrior, I had a cyst taken off my eye. Thing had come halfway over, I couldn't see. And I went to the infirmary 5 times to get that thing off. It's close to the eye. Maybe you better wait. They sent me back. So I got up one morning and I said, well, it's coming off today. I told the first sergeant. I said, I'm going up to infirmary. Well, he said, I hope you have good luck. I said, they really better turn you down. I said, no, I know. So I went up. Well, you know, it's close to your eye. Maybe you better. I said, I'm going to tell you something right now. You give me a discharge, and I'll go home and get it taken off. They sent me to the hospital.
They did.
Went along and set me up there. And I was sitting in there, and these doctors come in. Some of them high-ranking colonels. And down, look, man, that's awful close to the eye. They go on. They, take me to operate. So this little Japanese doctor come in. Say you want that off your eye? I said, yeah. I said, come on. So I went with him, and we went in this room and had a operating table about that high, I reckon. He got me up on that, laid me down, and put a thing over my eye, over my face and all, which is just that hole in it with your eye. Now he said, I'm going to give you a shot, try to numb it, but he said, it's awful close to the eye. Well, he got that needle down and gave me a shot and jocked it away. When I tried to get up, it went right straight in the end of my eye.
Oh, boy.
And he grabbed a bottle of olive hair oil and set in the window and put some of that in my eye. That stopped the burning. Then he went around just touching.
Yeah.
Taking the thing out, I had a bit of trouble. Didn't hurt a bit. Taking it right on out of there.
That's good.
He said, no, I gotta clean it real good. Of course, he said it can turn into cancer. And he cleaned it out, and he told me, don't you get it wet. And the very next day is when we had to go on an invasion.
Oh, no.
And it was just a dummy invasion. So, these guys, they got on that old fast ship, got seasick, vomited all over everything.
Oh, boy.
So they left me there with some others to clean the damn ship up. We had to clean all that mess up. And the next day, they made another invasion. I had to go with them. And of course I had my pistol in my hand up high to keep getting water in it. And the guy beside of me, Ice and Player, he had one too. And he fell down. When he fell down, he rammed the barrel right down in the ground.
Oh, yeah.
So, when we got back, first thing he done was throw the gun inspection. And come along, Captain. Boy, you got it cleaned up, did you? I said, what do you mean cleaned up? After ramming it in the sand. I said, sir, I didn't ram it in the sand. I seen you. He seen Ice and he thought it was me. I didn't say no more. Of course, there wasn't nothing wrong with the gun. And he inspected Ice's, and of course he done cleaned his up. And he handed back to him and said, go ahead, put the chamber up. He shot her up, bang!
What happened?
When he done that, he loaded it. You're supposed to do that and supposed to pull the trigger for you. So, it didn't miss the bill with that captain's hat, that's where I know.
Whoa.
His face turned white, but he never said a darn word.
How about that?
Yeah, never said a word.
So how were you treated when you got home? unlike the boys today or Vietnam veterans, weren't treated too good. How about when you got home?
Well, now I'll tell you the dirty deal that Martinsburg done. I got the double malaria. Well, old Dr. Hopel, not Wingfield from Charlottesburg, he was doctoring my mother, and of course I was right there at home, and he come in. I asked him, and he checked me. He said, "Man, you got pneumonia." I said, "No, I don't. I know you do." I said, "I'm going to ask you a question." I said, "I better take an Adamant tablets for malaria." "What in the world you taking that for? You ain't supposed to be taking that stuff." I said, "I've been taking that stuff for the last year to keep from getting the malaria, but I got it." So anyway, he put me to bed, wanted me to stay in bed 3 days. So I went to bed, and Louise was out hanging up clothes, and I could see her. I said, "I'm gonna get out of this bed." So I throwed the covers off, and I rolled over. I got out of the bed and went right straight to the floor. So I did. I got a hold of the bed, and I finally got myself back in bed. When she come in, I told her, I said, "Man, I don't feel good. I'm burning up." So she took my temperature, and it was 105 and 6/10. So she run out of the house, told Dad to go call a doctor right away. So he called old Dr. Williams from Middletown. The old doc come up, stood right in the door and looked, "Huh, I know what's wrong with you. You got the malaria. I doctored it in World War I. But he said, I done forgot just what to do. But he said, I'll study up on it." So he takes my temperature. He said, "My God, man, you ought to be out of your head." I said, "I know everything, but I said, I feel funny." So anyway, he always give everybody, don't matter who, about 6 pills. Now one of them's gonna help you. Sure enough, it did, and brought the fever down. I felt pretty good. Then he come back the next day, brother, and taking my blood and everything. And he told me then, he said, "Why don't you go to Martinsburg and let them take care of you?" And he said, "They should." I said, "Well, okay, if I can get somebody over there." So well as I remember, my dad took me over. They turned me down right away. "You go on back home and let that doctor back there take care of you. We ain't got no place for you over here." I said, "Well then, how about giving me medicine? I won't have to buy medicine. You let him finish your medicine too." So I come back home. And they never helped me a bit.
Don't sound like the VA's any better today than it was.
Ain't no whole lot, no, not really. Ain't no whole lot. Junior, he's a mess. Right now he's so sick he don't know what to do. He's taking them treatments. Every time he takes the treatment, he gets sick.
Well, we know you got better because you're still here with us. So what happened after that? Did you work at Avtex?
Well, the next thing I need to do was find a job. Because they give me 2 months, $150 each month. That's all to live on. And of course, I had a few bonds I saved. I had to cash everything I had I spend and live to find a job. And I didn't have no car, didn't have no way to go. Old Bill Reedy that lived below me, he said, I gotta find a job too. I said, well, come on up, we'll go hunt for one. So we went to Winchester Labor Board, and they give us 2 cards. One was National Fruit. We goes to National Fruit, they closed that day. That was the end of it. I said, boy, that's a big help. The next one was the chicken place in Stephen City. Oh, we come back to Stephen City. Well, health department closed down that day. So they said they weren't going to open up anymore. They just couldn't afford it. So I was standing there looking down the road, and I seen the lime plant down there. I said, Bill, I know exactly where we can get a job. You do? Yeah. I said, a lime plant down there. I said, I don't like to do it because I work for the man in Strasburg and he knows what I know.
Oh.
So anyway, it goes down, and Grove White was the manager of the place. I went in and I asked him, I said, Mr. Gillum here? No, he's not here right now. He's out eating dinner. He said, he'll be back in a little bit. I said, you mind if we wait? No, go ahead and have a seat. Well, I hadn't even more to sit down. He come in the door. First thing, where in the world have you been? I said, I just got back out of the Army a month or 2 ago. Well, you looking for a job? I said, yeah, come out Monday. Grove just told me they wasn't going to hire nobody because there's a steel strike going on. Anyway, we went down, I went to work. I worked in the lime shed 3 years. I was in there about 6 months. They come to me. He said, I'm going to ask you a question. Will you run the picking table for us? I said, why did you come to me and ask me that? Well, you can look at a piece of rock, a piece of lime and tell me where's a rock in it or not. I knew it was coming. So I taken it. I taken that job. And finally, they put me on the 3rd shift. And I got on the 3rd shift, I had to lose too much time. Every holiday, of course that 3rd shift be closed, wouldn't be open. Somebody in the daytime would clean it out. I didn't get a chance. So I'd be off 2 days instead of 1. And I finally told him, I said, Mr. Gilbert, I gotta quit this job. Oh no, he said, I'll give you something to do. Don't worry about it. He said, you go ahead and run it this week. And I'll have somebody on it Monday. Oh, okay. So they had 1 kill got hung up. And I kept worrying with it till it fell. And when it fell, it was nothing but pure rock. And they drawed it out and set it up there. And then for me to pick the rock out, I must have had 10 ton of rock laying on the floor the next morning.
Wow.
And I threw out. And Mr. Bass, one of the managements, come in and seen it. Man, what in the world did you do last night? I said, can't you see? I throw rock all night. He said, come go with me. We're going to find out about this, what's going on. So we went over, and that's what Gilly was the boss of the lime shed. And that's what he told him. The kill hung up. And when it fell right straight on through. I had to draw it out.
How long did you work there?
36.5 years.
Somebody's calling you.
I know.
Probably your daughter. Probably your daughter.
Want to get?
No, it ain't her.
Oh,
I think I know who it is. No.
No.
It's his.
it's probably your girlfriend, Pop.
Yeah, it is.
Hello? Hey. Hey, how about calling back a little later? I'm busy. That's who it was.
Your girlfriend or your daughter?
Yeah. Put her back over.
No, okay.
So you worked there 36
anyway,
years.
Yeah.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Can I squeeze past you just a minute? Oh, I'm sorry, y'all recording something.
I did the same thing.
That's okay. You need to get on in here. Just be careful.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Philip, you're a popular guy today. You've got a lot of people visiting. So I know you worked there 36 years.
Yeah.
Then what did you do?
Everything. I was one of the Dolomite band. Just for block shooting. My main job was running stone crusher. I went in stone crusher in 1958 and come off from it in 82 when I retired.
You didn't stay retired very long though, did you?
Huh?
You didn't stay retired very long, did you? You went
No,
back to work
I
again.
went. I had 18 more months ago. I went to Middletown, and the boss told me I had to take over a truck up there. I mean, the crusher at Middletown. I had to hold it right there. I said, I know. I'm the oldest man here, and up there too, and I'm supposed to look out after myself. I said, that's just what I'm going to do. I said, I'm not going to take that job away from that boy. He's been running that crusher 17 years. You think I'm going to walk up there and take it? No. No way. Well, he said, we'll see. I said, yeah, I know we will. So I went on home. I was home 2 weeks before they got things going over there. And when I went to go over there, I brought the trucks. They had 3 web codes. I drove them down trucks from Stevens City to Middletown. Take up a lane and a half, 12 foot wide. And I drove them over there and parked them. Then went on home. And after 2 weeks, I went back over to go get going. And the boss come in, he hollered at me and said, come on over, get in the car. Shot over and got in the car with him. He said, we got your truck. But he said, you're going to have to go down and learn to run that crusher. You're going to have to run it when he's on vacation or sick. I said, okay, I'll do that. So I went over and went on back to home. The next day we got started. And I come on in and went on down, went into the crusher. I had a very good sized building that I operated out of. I went in and sat down, and Billy Bowers is the guy's name. Well, I guess you come down to take over. I come down for you to learn me how to run it. Good God Almighty, so you know more about this damn thing than I do. I sat down there 2 weeks, didn't do nothing. I said, that's what you want, I'll do her.
Well, I know you left there and then you went to work for the town.
Yeah. Well, Eugene tried to get me to come to the town a couple years before that. A Deaver boy that put the light bulbs in the stoplights.
Right.
He wanted me to take his job, he was quitting. And I asked him how much he give me. It was $4 an hour. I said, well, man, you crazy. I'm getting $5.60 now. I ain't going over. And I wouldn't quit. I just kept on working until I got through. Then Tebow was doing the mowing, and he was going to quit. Well, he was transferring to the electric department. So he wanted me to come over and take that place. That's what I done.
And you spent how many years there? 30?
I was 30, actually 31 is what they got accounted for. But I was about 32 or 3.
Yeah.
Of course, I didn't work through the winter.
Right. Well, I know you're also famous for getting drugged down the train track. You remember that?
No, I don't remember
You don't remember that?
I don't.
I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that one.
Don't remember getting hit by the train, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I remember flying. I tell you, when that thing, I was just about that far in front of it. I just enough for it to get it.
Mm.
Bam, right into the fence.
Wow.
Well, you've done a
Went right over top the sign. And here I was sitting in there, had the radio on the lap, kicked the radio clean out of it, and the transmission went up right up through the motor.
Jeez.
And I was sitting in a hole about that wide. So they had to tear the fence down so that I could get out. And they asked me if I was hurt. I said, no, I don't think so. I don't feel nothing. So I stepped out of the car and made about 2 steps and bam, I sat down real quick.
But you really didn't really get hurt you got banged up, but you didn't break any bones or anything, did you?
Cracked my pelvis bone.
Oh, okay.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, that's what gave me such a hard time, the
Yeah.
pelvis bone. God,
Jeez.
that thing, I thought every time I get up or try to walk, it was going to kill me. Boy, I'm going to do it if it did. And then I had a guy then come in and talk to me. He said, I hear that you grumble when you have to walk. I said, by God, I do. I said, that really hurts. He said, I'm going to tell you something. You can lay in that bed if you want to. Or you can get up and walk. But if you lay in that bed, that's where you're going to be the rest of your days. Because you'll get to where you can't walk.
Excuse me.
And okay. So the next morning they come in, brought that old walker with them. I got out of bed and got a hold of the. I finally made a step, and one right after the other.
Oh, boy.
And I got a walking.
Now, you were in your 80s when this happened?
Huh?
How old were you?
I don't know. I was in my 80s, I think.
Right, right. But then what happened after all that? You went back to work, didn't you?
Yeah. I went right back over there. Went back to work.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to tell you, we had several close calls.
Yep.
You could overlook that train. I overlooked it one time, but it was far enough away from me. But I didn't see it. And when I looked back in there, it was. Damn, I overlooked that thing. But I went on across the track, didn't have no problem.
Yep.
Well,
Yeah.
you served your country in World War II. You made it through the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and into the new millennium.
And had a family.
And your family. I know you have 2 daughters and a son.
Juanita keeps telling me, God's saving you for something.
Something special for you there, Philip.
That's right.
Well,
Yeah.
you've got your family here with
I
you.
don't know. Yeah.
Well, you're a big motivator. I can tell you that. You motivate people to
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
stuff done. I know that.
Well, I often wondered, when they wrote me that plat and everything, why they give me a plat. Then when I read that, it said for taking care of the people that got raw. But what I wondered is how did the town know about it? Not unless some of them was asking the customers.
Yeah. Well, people talk about you, Philip. They knew you.
No. Yeah.
I know I tried to sneak something out there into the
Did
trash bin.
I tell you
He
about-
caught me.
Oh, did he?
I tell you about this woman coming in. She has this big old refrigerator, and it was a week before Christmas. She said, "I got a refrigerator to throw away." I said, "It's $15. "What?" I said, "It's $15. You can put it down there." She said, "God, I ain't got no money. It's just before Christmas, no money." I said, "I tell you what you can do. You can take it right up here to Mr. Zorgelman, and he'll take it, and he won't charge you a penny." "He will?" "Yeah." "Well, good." She turned around and went. I turned around and headed for the building. About that time, she grabbed me, gave me a big kiss, and away she went again. And I started again, and she come back and got me on this side.
Oh, boy.
And I had that pad and pen. Like a dummy, I couldn't do nothing. I had this old woman come sliding in this old Chevrolet truck. "I tell you what you do." There was another woman standing right there, right close to me. "You come and get in this truck with me, and we'll go home, and we'll both live to be 100. I said, "Madam, I'll tell you what. If I got in that truck with you, and I went home with you, I wouldn't even live the month out."
Oh, that's
Well, he
good.
tells you that, but I know he's got a girlfriend.
That's what I was gonna comment on, yeah.
Well, she's been down and seen me twice now. Yeah.
I can remember not that long ago, you were driving your car way into your 90s.
Yeah.
Way into your 90s.
Yeah.
They have to hide his keys.
Yeah. Well, do you have anything else you want to say? I know you've lived a long life. What's your secret?
That's still a secret.
Still a secret.
You gotta take that secret
I don't know.
very
I don't have no
You
secret.
got rebaptized.
Yes.
Did you get rebaptized?
Huh?
Did you get rebaptized? I heard. That's what I heard.
Yeah, I had the preacher down there yesterday.
Oh, okay.
I asked one either a question.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
Okay.
I said, "I want to know what's the difference between three dips and one dip. I want to know the difference." I said, "You all done one dip." So he come in here today.
Yeah.
And he sat down on the bed there and answered me. But what tickled me so darn bad, and he told me, that both ways was the same. And when he got up, the alarm went off. Naughty, 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 naughty.
Oh, boy.
I didn't have no idea they had the damn thing turned on.
How about that?
Or he turned it on when he sat down on it.
different churches has different religions, for baptism. Well, I can name half a dozen different ways, they do it.
Yeah, it's,
You just have a tank. You walk
They-
down steps in a tank.
They got it everywhere in here
Then
for me. I
sometimes
can't
put a little water in
I
the
can't
bowl.
get up not unless one goes off.
yeah.
Yeah,
The Bible
yeah.
says you have to.
Except
be
today,
really submerged.
they didn't have them on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
But it is legal. No.
They're afraid I'll
Yeah,
fall.
God says
Right,
so.
right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you're pretty
He
tough.
he fell in there,
Yeah.
I didn't even know he was in there. I don't know when he went in. Did the lady take you in there? When you fell, did the lady put you in there?
Baptism? They put
When
me
you fell in the bathroom here.
Oh. Yeah, I fell in there.
Yeah, I know, but did you go in by yourself?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I called
Anyway.
called on the stranger.
the door, the door
I
flew
really
open.
had
He
to
said,
Oh, you
"Get the
did.
telephone and call somebody." I said, "What in the hell? I get that telephone. What would I do with it?"
What would you do?
So
But I couldn't get
I
up.
got my walker and I went to the
Yeah.
door. And I gave him an old army call.
I just had a new
Man down, need help.
Oh, wow.
I had no
Yeah,
control
boy, here
over
they
that
come.
little
I mean, they
thing.
come
So
flying.
you're still taking care of people.
Well,
Still taking care of people.
Yeah,
Well, the door was partly
Yeah.
opened,
Uh-huh.
so I called Mr.
Do you have anything else you want to say?
Asked him to holler for
What's your plans for the
nurse, and he
future?
did.
Well, you did.
I know you have plans, so what are they?
I ain't got no plans.
Yeah.
I don't know which
Oh,
way
yeah.
I'm going.
I got an ass to it.
They got,
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
when they brought me in
You
here,
okay now?
I stayed till I got better.
Yeah, I'll take him
Then
to
I
the
go over, call in,
And I
stay
can
to
walk
call
a little
in.
bit with the walker,
Now,
get around
it's
in
a
the
different
chair.
story.
Yeah,
But,
Sell my
always
house
from being
and stay here.
well, you gotta get up and.
Yeah, it's a hard
You
adjustment.
gotta use it.
My neighbor,
I take therapy and walk about 3-4 hours a day.
my neighbor that I knew for years was in
It's
here
getting nice up there.
and had a woman to come in here from somewhere on where to take me for a walk, see how I walked. So we lit out and I went all over this dump. I walked 700 feet. And we come back, boy, she said, I tell you, you really fooled with me. You done the walking.
Yeah.
I said, I'll tell you something, madam. The furthest I ever walked was 25 miles.
Good Lord.
And I said, that was a half-two case in the Army. And I said, there was a falling out. After about 10 miles, they just falling out everywhere.
Mm.
And I had 3 M1 rifles carrying them.
Wow.
Had two other guys that just, they was trying to make it. And, well, they did. But me carrying the rifles, they did make it.
Mm-hmm.
And we made it. So anyway, when we got back, they had distilled water, mortar shells. Everybody had something to carry. And they was unloading that stuff.
Yeah.
So, when we got back, the first thing I told them, well, you guys that didn't make it, I have to go back out tomorrow, and you got to get that stuff you throwed away, and you got to carry that in. Well, I got my knees and feet, ankles hurt so bad I didn't know what to do.
Jeez.
And it was the colonel sent word, any of you guys wanted some liniment that would kill that hurting, you come down and I'll fix you up. Now I went down and he put that on. Good God. It burnt my eye so bad I couldn't hardly see. And it's just set you on fire.
Hurt,
But it's taken all that hurt out. It did put, and then he told me it was an old Indian root.
oh, yeah.
Well,
But I don't know
Burns, Yeah.
how many of us went down there, but a bunch of us.
Terrible.
Yeah. We started out on an 8-mile march. And this is in Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
And
Hot.
it was hot before we left. And we didn't go about a mile. The guys started sitting down and wound up and it got to 114. And I was on this side of the road sitting and 2 aide boys over here. And the first lieutenant walked up to him. He said, ever who brought this march up was crazy. He said, you guys can't make it. 8 of them passed away.
Well, really?
And we got out to the end of the march. They didn't march, they just walked. We got out there. And there's a well right there beside the road. And we got a pumping water. And an old farmer come out of that house. I want 15 cents a cup, 15 cents a cup. And I don't know how many dollars worth he wanted to fill a canteen. So, gosh, didn't have no money with them.
Yeah.
So they quit drinking. And I was looking for somebody to kill him. But anyway, the colonel come out, and the colonel got through with him. We got our water, and the colonel told him he would condemn his farm.
I bet you.
He said, I'll take care of that farm, I'll just condemn it. He said, these guys is not going to pay for water. They're in here for you as well as anybody else.
Huh.
Yeah,
Well, we need to remember our veterans
yeah, I know.
from all our wars. I think we have to, whether they're in war or not, wartime or peacetime, it's still
Yeah.
ready to serve.
Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you there, Philip. I really appreciate you taking the time, and I'll be back here next year and we'll do it again. How's that?
And I'd be all right. You just come on back. What you gonna do? Fire all you guys?
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring Oliver North here.
Huh?
I'm gonna bring Oliver North here next year. It'll be on
You
TV. Yeah. I'll see that it gets there.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Thanks again, Philip. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't prepared for anything. If I had a little while to study on, I might have come up with some better stuff. I know it's plenty more if I can think of it.
There is.